Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Hall, Athletic Director here at Mayville State University. Welcome to the first edition of the Comet Corner for women's basketball. Today we have Coach Hutter with us. Coach, thanks for being here.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Going to jump right into it, Coach. It's that time of year, buddy. It's go time, basketball season. Know you guys have been practicing really hard the past few weeks, and got your first games coming up this weekend. What's the attitude of the girls, and you know, obviously how's the energy, and you know, as the season gets going here this weekend?
Yeah, I think the attitude is a lot of anticipation. You know, we've got a lot of kids back from last year's team. While we finished record-wise, you know, very well, we didn't accomplish exactly what we wanted to accomplish. So I think there's a lot of anticipation and a lot of excitement for the games, and just naturally in general, competitive kids, you know, get excited when games are coming around the corner. We're playing a little bit earlier this year than we normally play.
Okay.
Because we have so many kids back, we thought we could play a little bit earlier than normal because of kind of a veteran-laden group. So we did kind of schedule these games a little bit earlier, hopefully to get an idea of kind of what we were dealing with. So the first couple of weeks of practice have gone very well. I think the kids are competing. They're playing very hard. You know, we focus on effort and attitude every day. That's kind of the two mantras that we have within our program, and just trying to get them to understand how to play hard and how to compete possession in, possession out, how to deal with some of the general adversities that come, you know, through the course of a game, how to deal with some of the successes that come during the course of a game, and just trying to get them to understand just a natural desire to just kind of want to be good every single day. And that's what we're striving for every single day.
Awesome, good stuff, Coach. You mentioned it. Obviously, you guys, national tournament ain't anything new to you in your tenure here, and you guys have been there, and you know, always very competitive within the league, and you know, at the tournament a few times as well. You mentioned it. You were pretty much one game away from making the tournament last year. Had a great season, 20-9, and in a very competitive North Star Athletic Association. So how much does that set in, especially on your returners, that, you know, guys, we were that close last year? You know, is that talked about at all among team meetings and with the returners, with the new girls as well, or not so much? Not
so much. I mean, I think it's just well known within the group. One of the things we're trying hard not to do is try to set parameters on the group. We don't want to have limitations of just accomplishing this or accomplishing that.
Right.
So I've tried really hard not to have a lot of tangible goals in regards to conference championships, national tournament. We're just literally talking to them about winning the day.
Yeah.
About just trying to win this practice, win this drill, win this possession, you know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I think this is a mature enough group that they understand what they accomplished last year and what they just basically missed out on. I don't think it's anything that needs to be rehashed or rediscussed. And I don't want to put extra pressure on them where they think that every possession is going to make or break the season. I really want them to just focus on the two things that we're trying to get them to focus on, which is their daily effort on and off the floor and their daily attitude on and off the floor. So we've had a phrase this year we talked about, in order to be a championship team on the court, we have to be a championship team in the locker room first. And that's kind of something that we've really tried to hit hard with them. And so things like that are things that we're focused on. While it's probably known amongst the group, we're just really, really trying to get them to just compete every day and not set limits on the team and the players that they can become.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been able to get to a lot of practices, but been in there a little bit, and I don't think attitude and effort, from what I saw, is anything of a concern. I mean, it seems like the girls are really grinding hard and working really hard each day, which hopefully we'll get to see on display this weekend. So
yeah, it's a really good group. They compete, which I really enjoy. That's a high-level intensity group, which I really enjoy. And I think they have some strong desires to be very good this year, and it's really good to be surrounded by a bunch of competitive kids that really want to put their best effort out night in and night out.
Coach, you mentioned a veteran group. Obviously, lost Gaynor, you know, to graduation, but didn't lose her completely. On the staff now, which is exciting. What veterans have impressed you as far as from a maybe an improvement standpoint, leadership standpoint, maybe both? Like I said, I know you return a lot, but who's really impressed you first few weeks of practice?
Well, it's interesting. We return a lot of kids, but some people look at us as a relatively young team. We only have one senior.
Okay.
Joel Erdl is our only senior. We have, I believe, 9 juniors.
Wow.
And so some people will go, wow, you're really young. You only have 1 senior and 9 juniors. But yet we're a very experienced group because that junior class has gotten a tremendous amount of playing time. Mm-hmm. But there is no question that Joel has her fingerprints all over this team. Mm-hmm. Whether it comes to effort, which Joel is single-handedly maybe one of the kids that plays harder than anybody else, even within our league. She's got great respect in our league from the other coaches. And her attitude in regards to her daily example to the younger kids of showing up every day and kind of having a pro's mentality, which is trying to be a pro, which is to come and give great effort every day, to have an unbelievable team attitude every day, to find time during the day to get in the gym and do the extra shooting that needs to be done, the extra lifting, whatever it may be. She has been an unbelievable leader, not just with her mouth and the vocalization that she does, but her daily example of, to me, what it means to be a player in our program.
Right.
And I think the younger kids, and being the younger kids a year younger than her, the junior class, have been able to see that, and they've been able to kind of see that a little bit and kind of mimic her example. One of the things I grabbed Joel this summer and I said, listen, Joe, I don't think you need to be a vocal leader. We've got juniors that have played a tremendous amount of minutes. Mm-hmm. What you need to do is show them what it means to be an unbelievable teammate and a great player. And I think that's what she's done, and you can see the other kids just mimicking what she's doing. Their effort, their attitude, the high-fiving in between drills, the pulling a kid off to the side and talking to him and trying to make him a better player, the watching extra film. It's permeating through our group.
Awesome.
And you've got kids like Claire Blajek, who's a 2-year starter basically for us. That's going to be relied upon heavily to do a lot of things both on and off the floor for us. You've got kids like Andrea Skillingstad, who's logged a lot of minutes for us in the post and is going to be asked to do a lot this year. That see that and are starting to follow that example. And then you have younger kids who have been right on the cusp of playing and are really trying to have breakthroughs, like a Cyan Hale or a Taylor Shamp or a Taylor Sherdahl, or Haley Anderson, kids like that who are really trying to find the way to break through that ceiling and get themselves to where they want to be.
Right.
But Joe is basically kind of the leader of our group, and within that, then everybody else is kind of following suit.
Great. Well, I obviously don't coach Joelle, but she's also the president of our new and improved student athlete advisory committee. And wow, she does, just an unbelievable job, just like I said, with leadership, organization, or work ethic. So that's exciting to have that senior leadership. And as you said, only 1 this year, so that's exciting for the future as well. You mentioned some of the young girls kind of taking form based off that leadership that Joelle and some of the other juniors that you mentioned have shown, Coach. What newbies would you say have been really impressive, early on? And I know we've only been practicing for a few weeks, so it's kind of hard to say, but have any new girls really stuck out in your mind as far as, they're gonna really be an impact right away this year or anything like that?
There's no question. There's a couple of kids. Kylie Hiram, who played for us last year as a freshman, and I think played in every game but one for the most part for us, will be relied upon heavily this year to do a lot more than she did last year, and she's made great strides in her game as far as just playing hard and then developing her skill set as far as being able to be a little bit of a more improved player than she was last year. Granted, she was a freshman, and she played a lot for us, but she's going to be relied upon a lot this year. Nicole Bunting is a transfer who we expect to come in and contribute right away. She's a junior college transfer from Bismarck State, and she was a very good junior college player there, and plays extremely hard, has great intensity, great edge, and we expect her to step in and contribute immediately. Not only being a JUCO kid, but being a kid that's very talented. We expect her to step in and play as well.
Right.
We've got Alyssa Foster, who's another junior transfer who's playing softball and basketball here, who's been a really pleasant surprise for us in regards to her ability to play. She's a great kid, unbelievable effort. Her attitude is through the roof.
Yeah, good.
All about the team.
Yeah.
But it's really come on here the last couple of weeks as we've been able to get on the floor a little bit more consistently here since practice has started, and really showing some things. So it's going to be really interesting. Competition can be great for your team.
Yeah.
And I think we've got some real serious competition going on right now, and that's, to me, the best way to get the best out of people is to just be pushed in every direction. I feel like we have that going on right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, gonna get to see it where it counts real soon, right? This weekend, 6 o'clock Saturday night against Providence out of Canada, and then 1 o'clock on Sunday, right?
Yep.
Opening weekend for men and women's basketball, with the women kicking off at 6 o'clock Friday. I know we're early in the week, Coach, but what can you tell us about Providence, and what will they bring to the table when they come to Louis Lee this weekend?
Well, no disrespect to them. We really aren't focused on them, to be honest with you. This is really, truly about us right now.
Awesome.
We play these weekend games, and then we don't play for another 3 weeks. So this is really about how we want to play, the style we want to play, and making sure that we're doing the things necessary to make sure we can accomplish whatever style that we want to play. So who we play is really not that important to me, as much as how well or how hard we play.
Prepared.
So we had a team meeting the other day, and I asked the kids, I said, listen, if somebody comes and watches us play for the first time on Saturday night, what do you want them saying about your team when they walk out the door?
Yeah.
Do you want them going, we're going back Sunday? Do you want them to go, listen, they play hard.
Yeah.
They've got great chemistry, great togetherness, great connectivity.
Yep.
They share the ball. They play extremely hard. They're fun to watch. We got to go watch them play again. Or do you want them to say that that's a bunch of selfish kids that really just care about themselves, and if I can go back, great, and if I can't, no big deal.
Right.
So really this is about us and kind of the team that we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun to be able to put on the uniform
Yeah.
and step out in front of your fans and play, rather than have to do it in a closed door practice and putting practice gear on. So
Yep.
it adds a little excitement, but like I said, no disrespect. It's
Right,
really
absolutely.
just about what we need to do to play hard and compete and be the team that we want to be.
I know it's early in the season. You're always trying to improve, obviously, and that's going to come with wrinkles of how you play against different competition, and it's a roller coaster ride. It's a long season. Coach, where do you guys think you're at right now as far as prepared, as far as where you want to be by season's end?
Boy, you're asking a coach that question. We're never where we need to be. And
I knew that
would
was
be
coming.
better.
I knew that was coming.
No, it's.
But are you ready for this first game?
Yeah, I'd like to think that we are. Again, with that veteran group, we did a lot this summer. We had quite a few kids that stayed all summer long, which really adds to the ability to move quickly in the fall and quickly once practice starts. I like our effort. I think this is a really tough group.
Good.
I think this is a group that plays extremely hard.
Yep.
They're learning how to play together. I mean, we've got some kids that haven't played a lot together.
Yeah.
So they're learning how to develop their on-floor chemistry a little bit better. There are days that we don't execute on a level that I would like, but we're probably not going to be doing that in March either to a level that I would like. So I like where we are. I want them to go out this weekend and play extremely hard. I want them to go out and play with great pride, and I want them to go out and play with a tremendous amount of togetherness.
Yeah.
Representing our program and our family.
Awesome.
When we play.
Yep. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know the community is. Another thing I wanted to ask you, Coach, is the Mayville community, the Mayport community will be seeing a familiar face on the sidelines, but not in a jersey anymore. Tell us about Coach Gaynor and how she's been doing from a coaching aspect.
Yeah, this was something that kind of transpired late last year. Andy's always had a love for the game and always had a love for athletics in general. She's done some coaching of volleyball, some JO stuff while she was here, and she just said, Coach, I'd kind of like to see what it's like to coach at the college level. And she was going to come on as a GA, and then it worked out where, we weren't able to hire an assistant, so she was able to step into that role. And she's done a fantastic job. I mean, one of the benefits I love having her as a former player on our staff.
Right.
I mean, number one, she knows our program
program.
inside and out.
Yeah.
Number two, she knows me inside and out. So she can relate to the players, especially the new players, the freshmen and some of the transfers that might not quite be understanding why Coach is saying what he's saying or why we're doing what we're doing. She can certainly relate to them, and help them out with some of the situations that they may be struggling with. She's also good for me. She can also be like, Coach, this is the time of year that our bodies start breaking down. This is the time of year that we start to get fatigued. We might want to back it off a little bit here. Or this is the time, Coach, you've always backed it off and we need you to energize it a little bit more. So she's a really good barometer for me when it comes to the team without having to go directly to the team. And she's a great liaison between me and the players in that regard. And I mean, we had a great relationship when she played here. I mean, Andy and I get along extremely well, because of her intensity and my intensity. And it's fun to have our relationship grow on a different level.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're no longer player-coach. We're now colleagues.
Yep.
And I think she's finding out that there's a lot more to this coaching thing than just what the players see
Yeah.
when they step on the floor. And I'm also seeing a lot more out of Andy in relationship to things like organization, communication, being able to follow through on tasks that I wasn't able to see before as much, being a player. So it's really fun having her here. Carly Weber is also coming back to help us out, who played for 4 years. They're both came in with the same class. They came in with Joelle. She is helping out as well, and it's enjoyable having two players that have given so much for 4 years to our program look at me and say, I don't want to leave. I'd like to stay here. I'd like to still be involved. What can I do?
That's great.
And it's fun, and I enjoy both of them very much. And they've actually probably made life a lot easier for me because they do know me and they know what to take off my plate.
Well, that's got to be huge for team chemistry. I mean, at the end of the day, just the fact, like you said, I mean, not to rehash, but they obviously know you as good as anybody on that court, and to be able to experience it firsthand, under you as a player. So that's awesome, right? And that's great. Good stuff. Coach, again, Saturday, 6 o'clock, first game of the year, right here at Louis Lee Fieldhouse, and then back at it again Sunday at 1 o'clock. Is there anything you'd like to say to the Mayport community, as far as with the games this weekend, and anything you'd like to add that I may not have covered today?
Yeah, no, we've got a few things going on that I'd like to mention.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have our Night with the Comets on Thursday night, which is our
I'll be there,
chance to come out and personally meet the team, and we have a silent auction, we have a meat raffle, dinner, we have a kids zone, so you can drop the kids off with some of our players, if you trust them, to be able to play with them and have a little fun with them. But it's a great night of just socializing. The players will get up and kind of talk about where they're from. If they've got family there, they'll introduce their family.
Awesome.
It's just a fun evening where the community can get a chance to kind of meet the players on a more personal level before maybe they come to the game on Saturday and watch them play.
What time does that start, Coach?
That's 6:30 out at the golf course.
Okay.
And if you want tickets for that, you can contact our women's basketball office, and we can help you get those to you, or you can purchase them at the door. That's fine too.
Well, I know my wife kid's looking forward to that, so we'll definitely be there Thursday, 6:30 at the golf course. Meet the Comets. Come meet the women's basketball team here at MSU. Anything else?
Yeah, we also have a team brunch going on Sunday. So
Okay.
before our 1 o'clock start, we're going to have a team brunch starting at 11 o'clock. That's for our Fast Break Club members. They get to eat for free, but we're going to open it up to the community if they'd like to come.
Awesome.
And have some pancakes, some eggs, some bacon, all that good stuff. The field house will smell wonderful in the morning. And that starts at 11 o'clock and goes till about 12:30 or so. And then, of course, we have tip-off at 1 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. If you don't have plans this weekend, or if you can get out for even one game, definitely come out and check out Coach Hutter and the women's basketball team as they hit the court to open their season this weekend at Louis Lee Fieldhouse. Meet the Comets on Thursday night at the golf course, 6:30, and then game Saturday at 1. Brunch Sunday before the second game of the season, which will be a 1 o'clock tip-off. Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it, and good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.